YouTube. This is going to be something very different for me. This is the inaugural video of my brand new channel. For those of you who have come over from the other channel, the Jason's Movie and TV Collection, thank you very much. And those who are discovering this elsewhere, welcome. So this car is my new car. It's new to me, at least. It's just arrived on a trailer about 30 minutes ago. It's in need of a very good clean, and I am very excited, and we're gonna get out in a moment. And some of you might have already figured out what it is just from, well, you're gonna know what it is from the channel, I would imagine. But yeah, we're going to have a quick look round, have a look at the outside of the car, then we'll come back in, take a proper look in here, discuss a little maybe on what I intend to do with the car. It's going to be a keeper for sure. Hopefully I'll have this for many years to come. It's not going to be my daily driver for the most part, other than when the car that is my daily driver, the clapped out Toyota over there, that thing, yeah, that's what I used to go to work and do all other stuff. This is just gonna be a little fun thing for the weekend and occasional trips to work if and when the Toyota needs to go to the garage or whatever, which does happen from time to time. But yeah, this is going to be just some fun. Go into what this car is, because I think it's something quite rare, but I'm not sure if it officially exists, which is a little weird. And again, I'll go into that a little bit more. And yeah, so now we'll have a look at the outside. There are a few little scuffs, mostly on the bumpers. A little bit on the bodywork, and like I say, it needs a good clean. It's been stood for quite a while. It got an MOT last week, which it flew through. It had advisories for the front brake discs been pitted, mostly I guess due to it being stood for so long. It hasn't had an MOT for almost 2 years, but the last MOT got the 6-month grace, so that expired last October. So it's really been sat around since last October, but it's only done, I think, 250 to 300 miles since the last MOT. So yeah, I'm itching to get this out on the road. Yeah, like I was just saying, we'll discuss some of the things that I intend to do with this car, which is not a whole lot. But I'm not going to go into that right now. I mean, I have a lot of plans, but not what a lot of people might expect. So yeah, we'll move on to having a look outside. So inside the car, as we showed at the back, this is a Finesse, a Focus Finesse. I can't find hardly any information online about it. The only thing I've got, which I'll show because I don't have it with me right here, is I guess a flyer that came from the original dealership for 50 cars that they ordered in this spec with the Finesse badge. As far as I'm assuming the DVLA, but certainly when I did a HPI check on the car before I bought it, it came up as a Z-Tech, not a Finesse. As far as I can tell, these were a dealership, a specific dealership, limited edition, based on the Z-Tech platform, which is why even the insurance company think it's a Z-Tech. But as you can see, all is standard with this model. We've got leather interior, heated seats, traction control, air conditioning, and front as well as rear screen demisters. It's been a long time since I've had a Ford with a front screen demister. I have owned a lot of Granadas and Scorpios over the years, and they all had a windscreen, a heated windscreen. It's probably not going to be able to see, but there are tiny little elements, and it needs a good clean. There are tiny little elements in the screen which heat up to defrost the window, and they're great in the winter. But every single one I've owned over the years have been younger than this, and all of them have had patches, whole areas where the elements haven't worked. So there's been like a great big wide section of undemisted areas of the screen. It's going to be a while because we're in the middle of June. In fact, we're at the end of June, so it's probably going to be a while before I can really test that properly to see whether it's any good. But what else have we got? We've only got a radio cassette. I am intending on putting Bluetooth in here. At some point I might even put a touch screen, but that's in the future. It is possible to convert this to Bluetooth, but because of the way it's wired inside, you can either do the front speakers or the rear speakers, or a combination of both, but then you lose the front and rear fading. It just combines both the lefts together and both the rights together. I've seen a CD player. You can do the same with the CD player, but it's just one connection for each, for the left, one connection for the right, and one connection for the earth, and it does it for all 4 speakers. So I'm looking at getting a CD player. At the moment, this has been obviously the battery's been disconnected. I don't have the code for this. The one downside with this car is there was no documentation. I've had to apply for the V5 from the DVLA, which I'm waiting for. But more importantly, all the service history, everything that all the books that came with the car, including the radio code, the code for the locking wheel nut, which I spent about 15 minutes looking for after the car arrived, because I don't remember seeing it when I went to look at the car. Turns out it's sat right in there, so that's not a problem. But once I get the V5, this was a one owner car, so it's only had one previous owner for 20 years. And once I get the logbook, I'll have a name and address that I can contact, and I'll probably write to whoever the previous owner was and ask them nicely if they've got any of that old stuff, the old MOTs, specifically the service history, the radio book, all that sort of stuff, the manual. A lot of that I can get on eBay replacements, but obviously the service history is not replaceable. So hopefully I can get some of that. Is that the time? I don't know. I can't check the time because I'm using my phone. Yeah, it must be. What else? That's about it. Of course, electric front windows. There are no rear windows. So, well, there are rear windows, but there's no rear doors, should I say. So there's no electric rear windows. We've got electric mirrors. That's the boot release. The best thing, and the main thing that attracted me to this car in the first place, it's all backed up through like I say, the HPI check that I did. Just whack that off. It's only got 35, well, almost 36,000 miles for a 21-year-old car, or a 20-year-old car. That's pretty good, and it's starts up nice. Of course, there's no fuel in it. That's not a problem. We'll sort that out. Yeah, like I say, the radio code. I'm gonna go online once I pop this radio out, get the number. You can get a radio code off eBay for 99p. So I'll do that this afternoon. I went to plug in my my code checker to see if there's any codes, which is down there. It turns out that's not an ODB2 port, so I can't do that with that machine. I just noticed there's a hole down there. Is it a hole? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's part of the trim. So yeah, this is the new car. The car that the channel is based on. Started the channel specifically for this, getting this car. What am I going to do? I'm not intending on making it Larry, you know, wide wheels, lowered suspension. It might be something a long way down the line, but we're not adding body kits or anything like that. As you've seen on the walk around, the bodywork, especially the bumpers, needs attention. So at some point we'll get the bumpers off and take them to get repaired and resprayed. The back wheel arch is in need of some attention. One thing I didn't notice on the walk around when I went to see it was the rear wheel arch is also, it's only very slight, and it might actually just come out with some coloured polish. I'll have to take another look at that. Like I say, I'm going to add Bluetooth to the original stereo, or at least the CD player stereo that I get. I need to crack open the dash to see if the wiring is behind there for the trip computer. If that is, then we'll fit a trip computer. But that also needs some extra stuff. If it's there, there's an outside temperature sensor and an extra sensor in the water bottle, the windscreen spray bottle, for when that gets low. Not something I'm overly fussed about, but that's something just to complete if we can fit that. I was probably looking at changing that because I didn't remember having the dimmer on the interior illumination, but it does have that, so I don't need to change that. I have seen online somebody selling all our controls with different coloured LEDs. Whether that's something I might do. I don't know if you can change the colour of the lights on the dash. I'll have to look into that. Maybe you can, but I don't want to change the dash, obviously, because I've got the correct mileage there, and going back through the history online when I did the vehicle check, that looks all okay. The MOT history is immaculate. I think it's had one fail, maybe two over the years, for stupid things like light bulbs or windscreen wiper blades. That's really been it. So I can only assume that the previous owner has kept it well serviced and fixed things as and when they've needed to. Maybe the parking isn't as up to snuff as their maintenance, judging by the scuffs on the bumpers. But like I say, that's cosmetic stuff. That's stuff that can be fixed. Probably going to do something with the interior lighting. You can get a better interior light with map reading lights. There isn't one in the rear. I don't know if these ever came with one in the rear, so that's something that maybe I can look into. I have thought about a facelift center console. They just look a little bit nicer than this one, as long as this bezel fits on there because of all the switches. Maybe even some gear, although saying that, the wood trim for the gear models on here and here and the door cards, I've been hard pushed. In fact, I haven't been able to find a 3-door gear, so these might not be, I might not be able to get the matching ones for the doors. The other alternative I thought about was maybe some carbon fibre wrap to go on these parts and on there. I'm not sure whether these are bolted on. Actually, looking at that, that's loose, so they're probably just glued on, which is not sure if that's a problem or not. At the moment, we've got one shot on the driver's window down, but not up and not on the passenger side. I know from owning the Granadas years ago, the Mark III Granada had a one shot down, and there was a little solenoid, not solenoid. There's a doohickey inside here that looks like a solenoid, but I guess it's not. Oops. Try that again. I know there's in the Granada there was a little thing in the door that looks like a solenoid, but I guess it's something slightly different, some kind of relay switch, and that's wired in for the one shot down on the Granada. And I managed to get a second one. Actually I managed to get two. I had a second one and made the passenger door one shot down as well, wiring that in. And the Granada also had a sunroof, and I put the one shot in the sunroof as well in the Granada. So if I can get a hold of some of those, that's probably a way of doing the one shot up and down on all four, well, both windows, but up and down. So I need another 3 of those. I have a feeling I might have one in the garage somewhere, and possibly the Mondeo had them as well years ago. I know the Granada and the Scorpio did, so I might still be able to get hold of some of those and wire those in, get one shot up and down. Regarding this car specifically, for all the Focus enthusiasts out there, does anybody have any more information about the Focus Finesse? What I know is this dealership, Quicks, which I think was in Preston or somewhere around there, ordered 50 cars with the Finesse badge. I've also looked on eBay to see if I can find those badges, and the only Ford Finesse badge I can find, I think, came off the Fiesta. It's a different font. I can't find this one badge that's on the back of this car. Can't find another one for sale anywhere. Searching on YouTube, there must have been a Finesse version of the Focus in Germany, I think. But the few videos I found about them are facelift cars, whereas this is a pre-facelift. It's a 2000 or 2001. I can't remember. I think it's a 2000. Pretty sure it's a 2000, in fact. No, I'm not. It's a 2001. But yeah, if anybody knows any more information about this, and were there others around the country with the same badging, I'd be interested to know about that. anyway, for this opening video, I think this is going to be it. First, what am I going to do first? I don't know. I haven't actually ordered anything. I've been looking on eBay. I didn't expect to get the car this soon, to be fair. Because waiting on the logbook to get it tacked so I could go and collect it, because it was over just near Blackpool, which is either side, across the country at least. But it turned out I got the guy that had it, was advertising it, was able to deliver it. I had to pay extra, but it was going to cost me about 150 quid, what with train fare and getting fuel back and other, you know, bits and bobs, getting the bus from the train station to out of Blackpool down to Fleetwood or up to Fleetwood, and you know, food and things like that. So taking that into consideration, it actually didn't mind paying a little bit extra to get it delivered, basically. So it was delivered this morning, and I've lost my train of thought. Where was I going before I sidetracked onto that? But anyway, can't think now. Oh, eBay. Was I talking about eBay? I think I was. Yeah, I was looking at definitely going to get some clear indicators for the front, some side repeaters. I've seen some a few different type of LED side repeaters, so I'm going to look into changing those to clear ones. Not a lot I can really do with the rear lights. I'm not looking to do major changes that are going to affect my insurance too much. I'd love to get tinted rear glass, but I know that's going to be expensive on the insurance. But there is an alternative to that, to getting clip-on blinds which actually cover the windows, which hopefully won't affect, because they're not a permanent change, they won't affect the insurance. Obviously, well, I say obviously, it's not obvious to anyone except myself, but I'm going to get some Team Heco wind deflectors. I always had those on the Granada, so yeah, I'm going to get a set of those for this car. After that, who knows? I was thinking about getting mats and flaps, but we've got original Ford mats in here, although the driver's one isn't great. But yeah, mud flaps. I've seen some brand new OEM mud flaps on eBay, so I might get those. But first video coming up, we'll probably just be changing the stereo, maybe even upgrading to the Bluetooth, which there's a little bit of wiring involved in that, but not an awful lot. So anyway, I'm going to sign off here. Yeah, thanks very much for watching. So like I mentioned, I didn't get an awful lot in the way of documentation with the car, but there was this folder, which is mostly old brochures from sort of the period that it came out, but also this flyer. So there's leather seats, air conditioning, ABS, traction control, front side airbags, safety and luxury. It must be the Ford Focus, it must be the Focus Finesse, only from Quicks. Limited to 50 cars. And it goes through all the extras again. Choices E-Tech engines, drive away from 11,995, which I think was actually cheaper than the standard Z-Tech. I seem to remember reading somewhere the standard Z-Tech when it came out was, well, not when it came out, but around this time was 12,000 something. Includes free 3-year warranty. And then quicks.co.uk. I have checked out that website and it comes up as something other than a Ford dealership. That was a couple of weeks ago now. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not that anymore. so somebody else must have taken it. But yeah, this Ford Finesse, I've struggled to find anything else over it. Ford Focus accessories, there was something I was looking at in one of these brochures, a set of what were, I guess, optional extras in the way of alloy wheels, which I did track down a set on must have gone past it. I did track down a set on, is that them? No, that's not. I did track down a set for sale. I'm going to stop here for a minute. So these are the alloys that are on this car. And I think I'm right in saying, at least in my experience, the Z-Tech seems to be probably the most common Focus, so it's certainly Mark 1 Focus on the road, and most of them have these alloys. At least, like I say, in my experience, most Focuses that you see or that I see come with those alloys. These, I've never seen these on a car that I remember, at least. And I don't think they have a name specifically other than 5-spoke alloy wheels, 16-inch. But I do like the look of those, and I have tracked down a set, not new, but then also not cheap. But yeah, I definitely, if I'm going to change the wheels, like I say, like I mentioned, I'm not going to go Larry and fat wheels and low suspension, all that kind of thing. But some original Ford wheels that were optional extras, I can definitely go with. I've never seen those fog lamps either. I guess that's a whole different bumper, because they don't fit in the pod that. I've never noticed them when I looked through this last time. I like that. Again, I wonder if I can find for sale somewhere a bumper that will fit, and that's definitely a different grille as well. I did see some wire mesh looking grills. This being a silver car, look quite nice. So that's another question for the Focus enthusiasts. Was that something that was available in the UK? Maybe it's a foreign. It's a right-hand drive car, so who knows? But yeah, I like the look of those alloys. But I like the look of that front end as well. That looks nice. Definitely needs some clear indicators. Food for thought. I like the look of that. It's just the subtle changes that I like. Something else I'm looking to maybe change is the trim on the side to colour coded, and the same with the door handles. That's something that I want to look into. I know they made them, these cars, with colour coded door handles. I'm pretty sure the ST170, but I haven't seen any for sale yet. Door handles, that is. Also, I saw a facelift with projector headlights, standard fitted projector headlights, not aftermarket ones. But I don't know whether they made them for the pre-facelift, being a different unit. Obviously, I keep saying that word, it's not obvious, but the facelift car, to those that know it's obvious, I suppose, have the indicator bulb actually in the headlight unit, whereas these pre-facelift ones don't. So whether this model, this pre-facelift, came with projector headlights, that's something that I might need to look into. Anyway, that's also another thing I noticed. I've never seen a car with the I've seen plenty of these with rear parking sensors. I don't know if any of them are factory fitted, but it looks like the factory fitted parking sensor had a display the rear pillar that I guess you see through the rear view mirror. And what I found actually on YouTube just today, I was looking at some videos. Ford did a factory fitted LPG system that had a button down there, and there's a light on the dash. I don't know if it's a different dash or whether it's incorporated in here. It just never shows up that when you put the LPG on, it actually shows on the fuel gauge. So it shows you the petrol gauge, and then when you switch the LPG on, it changes and tells you how much is in the LPG tank, and then when you go back to petrol, it changes back again. I thought that was really neat. I've never seen that before. And that's actually what LPG, actually, funny enough, is something I was also considering a long time ago before I even got this car. Not in that one, but in another car. Excuse me. So yeah, that's further down the line. That might be something, with this being such a low mileage vehicle, that might be something I'll look into. Anyway, I've been yattering on again for another 5.5 minutes here. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but there we go. First video actually done this time. Thanks for watching. Ta-ra.